Part 1. The Power and the Problem. Social media has fundamentally transformed the way we communicate, share information, and connect with others around the world. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and X, formerly known as Twitter, now reach billions of people every single day. In many ways, they have become the central infrastructure of modern public life. But as these platforms grow more powerful, serious concerns about their future are emerging globally. Governments, researchers, parents, and legal experts are all asking the same question. Are these tools truly beneficial to society? Or are they causing harm that we are only beginning to recognize? There are 6 major risks we need to consider. Part 2. 6 global risks. First, the spread of AI-generated misinformation. Deepfake videos and synthetic voices are making it increasingly difficult to distinguish fact from fiction, even during elections and financial crises. As AI technology advances, the gap between what is real and what is fabricated continues to widen. This poses a direct threat to the foundations of informed democracy. Second, echo chambers and social polarization. Recommendation algorithms prioritize content that keeps users engaged for as long as possible. As a result, people are often exposed only to opinions they already agree with. Over time, this reinforces existing beliefs and deepens division across society. Studies indicate that political polarization in countries like the United States has accelerated significantly alongside the rise of social media. Third, government regulation and censorship. Around the world, approaches to regulating social media vary enormously. From the European Union's strict Digital Services Act to complete state control in countries like China and Russia. Each approach carries its own risks. Too little regulation allows harmful content to flourish. Too much regulation risks suppressing free expression and giving governments dangerous levels of authority over public discourse. Fourth, privacy and data concentration. A small number of corporations control the personal data of billions of users, using it to influence behavior for advertising profit. Users often have little understanding of how their data is collected, stored, or sold. This concentration of information in the hands of a few private companies represents a significant imbalance of power. Fifth, the impact on mental health, especially among young people. Research increasingly links heavy social media use to anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem in teenagers. Features such as public like counts, follower numbers, and constant notifications create an environment of social comparison that many young users find deeply harmful. And sixth, platform monopolization. When public communication depends entirely on private companies, a single ownership change can transform the entire information landscape overnight. The experience of Twitter becoming X demonstrated just how quickly the rules of a global conversation can shift, based on the decisions of one individual. Dr. Part 3, a landmark legal case. Now, all 6 of these concerns came together in one historic legal case that captured global attention in early 2026. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg appeared in a Los Angeles courtroom, a remarkable moment in the history of the technology industry. A young woman, referred to by the initials K, G, M, claimed that Instagram had severely damaged her mental health. From the age of 9, she described developing an obsession with her body image, followed by depression and suicidal thoughts. Her legal team argued that these outcomes were not accidental. They were the direct result of deliberate design choices made by Meta. Specifically, the lawsuit targeted features such as infinite scroll, autoplay, video, algorithmically timed push notifications, and the like system, all engineered to maximize user engagement and keep people on the platform as long as possible. These features, the plaintiffs argued, function like a slot machine. They are designed to create dependency. In March 2026, the jury ruled against Meta and Google, awarding $6 million in damages. This verdict was historic for one key reason: it targeted not the content users posted, but the design of the platform itself. For decades, Section 230 of U.S. communications law has protected tech companies from liability for user-generated content. This legal shield allowed platforms to grow at extraordinary speed, without fear of prosecution for what their users said or shared. But this case found a way around that protection by arguing that the platform's design features are defective products, comparable to a car manufactured with faulty brakes. The manufacturer, not the driver, bears responsibility for the defect. Legal experts have compared this moment to the tobacco industry lawsuits of the 1990s, cases that ultimately resulted in hundreds of billions of dollars in settlements and permanently altered how cigarettes were marketed and sold. Jacker Part 4, What Comes Next? So what does this verdict mean for the future of social media and the internet as a whole? In the short term, the immediate impact will be felt in courtrooms across the United States. Over 2,000 similar cases are already pending, involving more than 350 families and 250 school districts. Additional trials are scheduled throughout 2026. Platforms will likely modify their designs, voluntarily removing infinite scroll for minors, adding stronger parental controls, and introducing clearer age verification in an effort to reduce legal risk before further verdicts are delivered. In the medium term, we may see significant legislative action at the federal level. Bipartisan support is growing in the U.S. Congress for laws that would require platforms to meet minimum safety standards in their design, particularly for users under 18. If adopted, such legislation could establish a new baseline of accountability for the entire technology industry. Furthermore, the defective design argument is likely to expand beyond social media, reaching gaming platforms, video streaming services, and any digital product that uses variable reward systems to retain users. In the long term, the advertising-based business model that has dominated the internet for 2 decades may face a fundamental challenge. Platforms that were built around maximizing screen time and generating revenue from every additional minute of attention may find that model legally and financially unsustainable. A new generation of services focused on user well-being, transparent algorithms, and subscription-based revenue may begin to gain ground. Some researchers have begun calling this the era of slow social, a deliberate shift away from engagement at all costs toward platforms that respect users' time and attention. Conclusion. The question is no longer whether social media will change. That question has already been answered. The question now is how fast and whether the changes that emerge will truly benefit users and society, or simply protect corporations from responsibility while leaving the underlying problems intact. What is clear is this: the legal, political, and cultural pressure on social media platforms has never been greater. And for the first time in the history of the internet, the design choices made inside Silicon Valley boardrooms are being judged, not just by users, but by juries.